And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Esports World Cup, EWC 2025, America's Closed Qualifier. Aye. I'm of course outside VIP, and it's been an intense day of StarCraft already here. We of course started the day off with the Asia qualifier. We were of course live last night with the Asia qualifier, and now we're here with the Americas qualifier as well. As we jump into this, of course, a big shout out to Turbo Quacker in the chat. Papi, ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos. Thank you so much for the support in the chat. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Oh my god, we do appreciate it. 5 gifted subs to the community. Thank you, Turbo Quacker. Thank you. Always the support of the channel for many years. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. As we are jumping into Astrea versus Cham. Again, we are down to our top 3. We're down to our top 3. It's been 5 hours, over 5 hours of non-stop StarCraft, and now we have our top 3 players. We have Trigger waiting in the grand finals, and we have Astrea and Cham fighting, facing off to have a chance to go up against him. Let's go. Let us go. Astrea and Cham, they're going to be starting off their best of 5. As a reminder, this is a rematch, by the way. They faced off in the upper bracket. They faced off in the first round. Now, I did not see any of those games because we were casting Scarlet versus Kelliser at the time. So I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what transpired there. But I guess in a way, I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out as we are jumping into game number 1. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of Maganatha, we have the American Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is Astrea. Ah, there it is. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Maganatha, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Xeratus Esports. It is Cham. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 5 PvZ. Now, coming into this Astrea, he already had the advantage here of taking him down 3-0. Astrea, he already has that experience. He's already been looking dominant already, but I didn't see the games myself. I have no idea what happened. If you did watch them, if you were a part of that, let us know. Let us know what the hell happened. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. How did Astrea approach Cham? How did Cham approach Astrea? As we now have our rematch. Aye. For those that are curious, during that 8-minute break, I hanged the washing. I hanged the washing, got some water, and now I'm ready for another 2 hours of StarCraft. Let's go. Now, I was expecting this broadcast to be at least 6 hours. It's gonna be, we're already 5.5 hours in. It's gonna be more than 6 hours. 5. It's gonna be like 7, at least 7. That means even less sleep. Let's go. But now that we have a standard open out of Astrea, going for the gate expand into Cybercore. Meanwhile, across the map, Cham going for his own hatch gas pool. Yeah, hatch gas pool opener as well. So far, everything looking as it should. We're okay, papi. We're okay. Oh boy. We're settling in. We're gonna get through this together. Let's go. We'll get through it together here. As for the time being, again, so far standard openers, typically Astrea, he doesn't really want to deviate too much. He does thrive in the mid to late game as well. We've seen a lot of late game out of Astrea. I don't know if I would imagine he played that kind of style against Scarlet as well, but it's hard to say. Again, I wasn't quite privy to any of those games as we were busy with our own matches. We'll see if we can get to that late game. We'll see if we can get there. Until then, we do have our Stargate open out of Astrea. Stargate into Oracle into a third base is the standard kind of way to play this out. Meanwhile, Cham claiming his third. Let's go. Azidep does get into the mineral line. So far does threaten the workers. But Cham is keeping up. Is zoning away. Does zone. As the oracles are in production. Again, right now we just have the dance between the adepts and the drones, and so far no major damage, not yet. Still calming down. Third base not being taken for Astrea. We can see Cham is still droning. Cham, he will not attempt to punish this with any kind of ling run by. Again, the map is quite large. Welcome to Maganatha. Maganatha, of course, being the largest map in the map pool, does allow for more safer play, longer games as well. Can be difficult to be aggressive early on. It is going to be a Twilight Council follow-up here out of Astrea. Does go for the Twilight Council. We'll see if he throws down the Forge or not. As your Oracle goes for the dive. Gets one, gets two drones, not bad. Two workers go down, does pull away. Decent start here from Astrea, nothing major. So far I still didn't see a Forge. 3 more gates, oh my god, we have a 3-gate setup. Gases have been taken on the low ground, and we have the Twilight Council. Are we indeed going into Glaive Adepts, or are we just going for Blink? Both are viable options here. There it is, Forge on the way. This should be Blink Stalkers. If there was no Forge, then this would be Glaives. But there it is, Blink is on the way. So this is going to be an earlier Blink timing and a later Forge and later upgrades. This is considered to be a little bit safer. This does mean that Blink would be done in time. If Cham were to go for an all-in, then Blink would be available here to the defender. Here we go. So far, Stasis Trap into the mineral line. We are keeping up. Meanwhile, second Stasis. Oh, a layered Stasis Traps and does get another 2 drones. Not bad. Yeah, 3 workers getting caught in total. Meanwhile, we do have said Hydra Den. So Cham getting into Link Bane Hydra. At least attempting to. And the Stalkers are moving in. Remember, because Blink is done so early, that does mean that Astrea can be more aggressive early on as well. As Blink is almost done, he can poke in, picks up a couple of Lings. Lings are going down. As a reminder, Cham did cut corners, he did skip roaches, trying to rush into Hydras. He is getting there. Almost there even. Chammy does poke forward. So far, Astrea keeping up. Oh, even sniping a Hydra. Nice pickoff. Does snipe a Hydra. Behind this, we do have options when it comes to how we want to tech. We can work towards Colossus or work towards Storm. We have the answer: Storm. Storm is on the way alongside +1. Astrea embracing Storm. I mean, again, Storm as a follow-up has been very trendy as of late, especially with the change of the energy overcharge. It's been all about that Storm. Been all about it. And nothing but it. As Storm is on the horizon, Cham just embracing Ling Bane Hydra. Or I should say just Ling Hydra. No Baneness yet. Likewise, from here, Cham has to make a choice. Either we cut workers now, we commit with Ling Hydra across the map, or we tech up, go for an infestation bit, and start working towards lurkers and towards hive tech. I see more drones on the way. I see more workers. Do we drone up even further? Do we tech up? Cham, he's still waiting for his upgrades. Still investing. Astrea is coming to Cham. Again, he has a Storm. He's ready. He's moving out. And again, this is not going to be an easy defense, as we have a lot of Storms. Now, Cham, he hasn't made drones in quite some time, and he's not taking. He's not taking up into lurkers. He is committing into pure Ling Hydra. He has a massive army coming in for a surround. A very cheeky move here out of Cham. He does come in. He looks down the army. Here come the Storms. The Storms are decent, but with that surround, Cham will swallow this army. He takes out every single High Templar. Massive pickoffs. Takes down the High Templar. Nice setup here from Cham, and now he can just keep going. He can send it. And remember, he's all in. At this point, he's all in. Remember, he chose not to take up. He chose not to work towards Hive or towards Lurkers. It's purely Ling Hydra. He stutter steps in. Gets one. Gets one Archon. Ooh, there's still Storms there. Oh, God. There's still a couple of Storms left over. He's got to respect it, but he's still rallying. He's still just rallying across the map. Cham, he wants to win the game. He wants to end it. Can he, though? Yeah, rotates over. Does rotate. Trying to get into the Archon. The Archon does go down. Shield barriers are not done. Not yet. And I believe Cham should have enough. He should have enough to break through. Does move in. Takes down the cannon. Oof. Storm grazes the army. But the numbers here are just too heavily in favor of Cham. As long as he avoids any kind of crazy storms, he should be okay. He should be okay, baby. Let's go. Starter steps in, takes down the pylon. Again, no more storms, no more High Templar. Oh, let's say that. Spoke too soon. One more storm does connect. The other grazes the army. No major connection. And Cham, he's done it. Cham, he has done it. He breaks through the Archons. He breaks through the middle line. 15 probes go down. And El Chamaco, he's doing it. He's stutter stepping in. He's breaking through. We have two Archons morphing in, and I mean, they can pose a threat. You see Cham, he respects it. He backs off. He respects the Archon. Nice kiting. Takes down one. Takes down one of the Archons. Now he's going for the other. Once again, stutter stepping in. Takes down the Nexus. Now going for the final Archon. Yeah, and again, Astrea, he just cannot hold on. Not anymore. Cham stutter stepping forward. Breaks the base. Now going for the natural. Astrea, he has nothing left behind this. I mean, he has an economy, but he has no army. He has no army left. He has one Archon, one High Templar. Oh god, he has storms though. That one High Templar, he's got some storms. But Cham, GG gets called, and Cham, he overruns the army, and he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Cham, he does take the first game here. Again, 3 base all in at Cham, as we did take note. He did hit with +1, did hit with Hydra speed and Hydra range. And again, Cham, he did choose not. He chose not to tech up, not to take extra gases, not to join up any more past 73. I think he cut workers at 73. And no lurkers, no hive, no nothing. Just purely Ling Hydra. 73 workers centered across the map. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Damn right, Poppy. Damn right. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh. As it does take a lead in the series, but as a reminder, this is the best of 5. It's the best of 5. We got plenty more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. Astrea, he can begin that comeback. And again, you know, if you're in the chat, if you watched Cham versus Astrea at the start of the broadcast, I'd love to know how those matches did occur. How they did play out. Otherwise, so far, Cham catching Astrea with his pants down. And again, he just had a really nice setup, a really nice engage, setting up that surround, right? The Hydras that came in from behind, he was able to just sandwich the army in. It was a beautiful engage there by Cham. It had a lot of setup as well, because it took so long for the Hydras to go the long way around and to rotate and to come in from behind. It was not easy to pull off. Very impressive. And with that, Cham takes the lead. It takes his first game against Astrea in the entire tournament. And we'll see if he can keep this going. We'll see if Astrea can bounce back. What I'm most curious by are the maps. What are the maps going to be? Where are we headed? We're back on Brutal with Ling Hydra. True, true. Who needs Banelings? Who needs them? Just Ling Hydra. Let's go. Yeah. But alas, depending on the map, some of these styles are more viable than others. We'll see if we load into a smaller map, or, I mean, we don't get larger than Maganatha. True, true. Don't get larger than that. But smaller maps will allow Cham to be more aggressive with Roaches, to be more aggressive with Ling Hydra, sorry, with Ling Queen, with Nidus base play as well. We'll have options. We'll have options. It looks like we are getting ready for game number 2. Oh, jumping in. And spawning in the top right corner here of Ley Lines, we have the American Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Astrea. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg, leading the series 1-0, representing Xeritus Esports. He has a lead. Can he extend that lead? It is Cham. Ah, it was too soon. Let's go. Let us go. As we are setting up and settling in. Whew. Okay. So far, Hatch first out of Cham. Meanwhile, Nexus first out of Astrea. Again, he did choose not to throw down the gateway, so very greedy build here. Straight up Nexus first, not even gate expand. So we do see Astrea cutting corners here, coming into ley lines. Aye. Does cut corners, does claim the Nexus. Meanwhile, standard opener out of Cham, Hatch gas pool. So standard opener out of our Zerg player, meanwhile a greedier build out of our Protoss. And Astrea, he should be able to get away with it. Again, Cham, he didn't really open up too aggressively here. And not so sure he will attempt to punish, but we'll keep an eye on him. As we're now getting into our next game. It is going to be a 2-gate follow-up. Okay, so 2-gate follow-up here by Astrea. Into set Cybercore. Cham just now waddling in with set Overlord. We'll confirm. Yes, the Patreon. See, the Patreon. So I was just catching up. Cheering for Cham from Brazil. Let's go. I mean, it's all Latino America. It's all Latino America. Might not be Spanish, but you know, close enough. Close enough. From here, Cham will be taking his third, just scouting with the initial drone. Make sure everything's as it should be. The Overlord Scout does confirm the 2-gate setup. Again, because of the 2-gate follow-up here, Astrea, he can make 2 adepts at a time. So he'll have extra adepts than normal, and with that he can apply more pressure. 2 adepts a 1-shot drone, so they are going to be a threat to Cham. Meanwhile, we have a tech of choice, going to be a Stargate opener out of our Protoss player. Once again, which is standard, going for the Stargate. It's just with the initial 2-gate opener, adepts are moving out, and this is more than usual. Cham forced to make lings. We have 12 lings on the way. That should be enough. But it comes down to the control. Cham, can he minimize losses? Can he keep up with the Adept harass? Adepts are shading in. They do shade in. They commit. He gets 1. He gets 2. Already 2 drones going down, getting up to 3, getting up to almost 4. Yeah, 3 drone kills for 1 Adept. That is a better trade for Astrea. Very nice. Very nice trade from our Protoss. Now he claims his 3rd. And he pulls away. Does pull away. Oh, Cham, with all those things he was forced to make, he can try this around. There we go, collapsing on the Adept. He took too long. Oracle does arrive. And Astrea holds. Astrea, he does hold. Likewise, getting across the map. Denies some of those, or some of the larva. Oh. Doesn't get too many drone kills though. Again, Cham has been on point. I'm very impressed. He's been very much so on point when it comes to preserving his mineral lines, saving those drones. Very impressive. That's behind this, going into his lair first. Based on the fact that I believe Cham has no Roach Horn, I mean he has no tech, no Roach Horn or no Evo Chamber. This does look like Ling Hydra. As gases are being taken. Gases are being taken. Oracle's on the way. Technically, this could be Ling into... Sorry, I think I said Ling Bane Hydra. Ling Hydra. This can lead into Ling Spire and Ling Muta, technically, but that is quite risky to get away with. Very risky. Cham is keeping up. So far, he is keeping up with Astrea. There's that hydrogen. There you go. Eva Chambers on the way. So it is once again Ling Hydra from our Zerg player. Now, does Cham go for the same build? If you recall, what was the build? Cut workers at, he gets a 4th base, cuts workers at 73, and just maxes out on pure Ling Hydra, and he does hit the timing with +1 range. So we're looking for +1 range. We're also looking for Hydra upgrades. Lack of too much saturation. Astrea the first to push out. Oh, you can see Cham just buying time. Zoning back the army. Building up more Hydras. Astrea does land the Revelation. Once again, Astrea working towards Storm, not Colossus. And that's +1 range. So far, this does look like the same build. Straight up. So far, it looks like the same style out of Cham. You can see he's joining up to 70. Joining up to 72. 72 workers, and yeah, it is the same build. Let's go. Now, there is a stark difference here. Ooh, gases. I believe last time Cham didn't take those gases. Yeah, there we go. With the gases being taken, bam! Now he has the gas. For what? For lurkers. So Cham, he is macroing this time. He's not going for the all-in. He's macroing up and taking up into not just lurker tech, but this should be taking up into the infestation bit as well for Hive. We'll see. This could just be lair tech lurkers. So far, Astrea does rotate, gets a queen. Takes down the queen, pulls away. Overlord speed is in production, getting ready for potentially drop of lords. Now again, the big tell that we're seeing here as Cham is getting a 5th, and he does run up to 81. I don't see an infestation bit, which is surprising to me. Oh, clean feed. Are we okay? Clean feed. The clean feed is getting dirty. Oh. Hopefully it stabilizes. Okay, they're okay. They're okay. As there we go, 7 lurkers, and this is going to be a timing attack. Well, this is like I don't know if I want to say all in. It's going to be at least a timing. Basically, there's limited longevity in this game. Remember, there's no infestation bit, there's no hive upgrades. This is committed on lair tech. This is a lair tech all in essentially. I say all in. This has to get damage done. Oh, and here come the dropper lords. So far, Cham is holding on. Here comes the infestation pit. Maybe saying he's committed is a better way of phrasing it. Yeah. As Lings they hit in, oh my god. Lings they flood into the bases, into the natural, into the main, and drop lords have loaded up, I believe, with lurkers. And probes are going down. Cham is all over this. Cham, just calm down. Hi, papi. Este Cham. So far, lurkers are moving out. Cham, he is pushing. He's almost maxed. And here it is, going for the lurker drop. Astrea, he's in the middle of teching. He's in the middle of getting ready here for Sky Toss. He's working towards Sky Toss. Lurkers do borrow. They do rush past. Astrea looking to get out position, actually. Also this around. Okay. Does set up. Do see Cham trying to get away. Lurkers do borrow in the mineral lines. And Cham has to get the hell out. He has to get the hell out of here. He has to pull away with the main army. Lurkers are moving in from both ends. We have lurkers in the main, the natural, and the 4th base. But Astrea, he's pushing. Astrea, he's pushing. There are going to be less lurkers to defend. Yeah, there's so many lurkers actually. As cannons are going down. Cham, can he hold? That's a lot of storm. Yeah, a lot of storms are coming in. Takes down the base, takes down the expansion. Meanwhile, the lurkers are doing some damage, but they're not doing critical damage. They get 10 probe kills. 10 workers go down. And Astrea holds. Wow, Astrea, he holds on. And remember, there's no hive. There's no hive, there's no lurker upgrades. Skytoss is coming, and Astrea, he's out scaling Cham. We spoke earlier that Cham was committed with this. It was like, quote-unquote, borderline all-in. Like, I stand by that. Like, he doesn't really scale too well into a longer game. He has to do damage, and there we go, he does get a base. Whew, he takes down the 4th. This is the bare minimum. This is the bare minimum he needs. He does get the 4th. That is something. Oh, now looking to trade with the army, and he will lose everything here. Yeah, lurkers will fall. Nice cleanup here by Astrea. Cham at the same time pushing into the natural. As the Tempest are revealed. And again, Cham, he's stuck on lair tech. Rebuilding the infestation bit, actually. Okay. Does rebuild. I thought he already had it. Yeah, he already has. Okay, he cancels. I was a little bit confused, but there we go. Now the hive is on the way. This is an 11:30 minute hive. This is so late. Such a late hive. But he denied the 4th. So the economy of Astrea is lackluster. Like, it doesn't really have the best economy. The economy is not quite there. But he does have the army. That's what he does have. He has Tempest, he has Storm, he has Archons, he has +3 on the way. In a head-on fight, I have to favor Astrea. Like, Cham, he has to do everything he could to keep Astrea busy at home. Ooh, as we do tank a lot of storms to the face. Jesus. A lot of storms. Speaking of storms, they just keep connecting. Oh my god, he sends in the storms. So many Hydras melt. And Cham is being outscaled. He's being outscaled in this game. The army that Astrea is building up is just so much more efficient, so much more effective. You can see him just bully back the lurkers. Again, the army has arrived. Astrea moving in, and he's here to make a series out of this. He's here to fight back, to put a point on the board. He's breaking through, takes down the lurkers. At the same time, 24 drone kills. Critical damage. 31 drones. 31 drone kills, and Cham, he can't stop this. Like, we spoke about it, right? Like, he was all in earlier. He had to do more damage. He killed the 4th, but he needed more. The reality there, he did need more damage, as he was unable to stop or slow down Astrea. And with that, there's nothing to stop Astrea, as he does break down the 3rd base, now pushing into the natural. Oof. Storm pops up. Storms, they just keep connecting. And with that, Astrea pushing forward. I mean, from here he can just go into the main if he so chose to. Like, again, there's just not much that Cham can do about this army. He's he's plummeting in supply. We got the token meter. Rare sight. So Humita's coming in. Let's go. GG gets called, and Astrea, he will tab the series 1-1. We have a back and forth. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We do have a back and forth here again. As we were mentioning at the time, like, Cham, I had a hard time, like, kind of phrasing what his build was, whether I should say the word like all in or committed. I think committed is probably a better word, but he had to do more damage. He had to break Astrea then and there and get some economic damage, get into the middle line. He killed 10 probes. He killed 10 probes and the 4th. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not when you're that devoted to lair tech, of all things, or that committed to lair tech. And with that, Astrea, he was able to defend, able to minimize losses, able to build up his Skytoss and just outscale Cham. Just Snowball out of control from there, get out of hand, and Cham just could not keep up with that kind of army, with that many storms, with that many tempests, with the Skytoss supports. It was just, yeah, not enough. Not enough there for Cham. GG, well played. With that, Astrea does tie the series up 1-1. And we have a back and forth. We have a back and forth series here. We'll see if Cham can recover. We'll see how Cham will approach the rest of this series. Let's go. We shall see. I do appreciate that Cham had a different approach, right? Like game 1, we saw a 3-base all-in out of Cham, and here in game 2, we saw something similar, but he actually teched up into lurkers, into lair tech lurkers instead, which did have a strong timing, had a lot of potential, but Astrea did a great job defending, right? I should emphasize that as well. Astrea did a great job at minimizing losses, pulling away against the lurkers, keeping up with the main army, and even counterattacking. Like Astrea, he was all over the defense of that in that game. He was able to shut down Cham. Well played. GG, well played. With that, we now have our back and forth series. We're getting ready here for game number 3, and we'll see what map we load into. I'm curious to see where we're dropping, where we're headed, and where our players take us. Oh boy. Oh boy. As we are going to be setting up. And jumping in. Just making sure we're good to go. Beautiful. As we're loading into Pylon as game number 3. Okay, and in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the American Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss fighting back, putting a point on the board. It is Astrea. Ah, it's too soon. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Mexican Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Xeritis Esports. It is Cham. Hey. Let's go. As we are stepping in. Yo, shout out to Trigger, by the way. Trigger, he's had so much downtime. He speed ran his way through to the grand finals, and from then he was able to cook dinner, able to do the laundry, clean the house twice over, have a nap. It's woken up. It's like, we're good to go. It's like, no, we still got like another couple of hours. Like, okay. Este Trigger. But here we go. Gate expand this time out of Astrea. Gate expand. We go. So let's go for more standard opener this time. As a reminder, last game is ready to go Nexus first. We will hatch gas pool out of Cham. So far, standard openers all around. But welcome one and all to Pylon. For those that are curious, Pylon is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Much smaller map. Much smaller map in the map pool. And from here, we can see more aggression. More aggressive plays are favored, of course. Going into German taxis, going into Ling Queen Nidus all-ins. There are options here for Cham. We'll see what he goes for, assuming that we're going to be aggressive. Assuming. He can be up 2 bases and 40 supply versus Protoss and hope to win. The soup does lie. We say this all the time, but the soup does lie. What's important was the quality of the army. There's a reason why we didn't mention that, again, Cham was like borderline all in, because he did not have any tech further to kind of like progress in that game. He was on a timer. The longer the game went on, the worse it was for Cham. When it came to the all in that it was going for. Like, he had to do critical damage. So if I failed to convey that, I do apologize, but that was a big part of that last game. Behind this, though, going to be a Stargate opener. Stargate opener out of Astrea, into Oracle, into a third. Everything looking normal. I mean, again, Astrea, he hasn't really been spicing things up too much. He had a bit of a quirkier start to the game last game, going for the Nexus first into Double Gate. But outside of the opener, like, it's been pretty standard. Going into Blink, going into Storm as a follow-up. It's been Cham who's been mixing it up here, for the most part. So our eyes that's why our eyes are mainly on Cham. As we have that Twilight Council follow-up, we have 2 more gates on the way. And from here, I mean, we always have the option to go into Glaive Adepts, depending on the Forge timing, of course. So we're still waiting to see if we do throw down the Forge. Do we go into Glaives? Do we go into Blink? Meanwhile, Lair first out of Cham. That was a 420 Lair timing. Interesting. Really fast Lair. Twilight Council was done. And where's that take of choice? Safety Roach run out of Cham. There it is. Glaives. Glaives are on the way. No Forge. No Forge committing to Glaive Adepts. And Cham does go for the Safety Roach Warren. So he will have access to Roaches. He's playing safe. Playing safe this time, or being aggressive himself. We did speak about Pylon. We often see all-ins on this map. We often see aggression as part of why Astrea is going into Glaive Adepts. You know what, Cham happily droning, and that's okay. You can drone up to 3-base saturation against this, but you will need Roaches. Roach speed is being researched. We have our initial Eva chamber on the way as well. As Astrea moves out, Cham, he moves in with the Lings, not bad. Does get into the mineral line, but he doesn't get much economic damage. Astrea, he defends well. He defends well. Adepts busts in towards that natural. And so far, Cham, he's holding his own. Yeah, so far he is keeping up. No major damage and no major losses yet. Oh, does get into the mineral line though. Yeah, and boys are being pulled. Roaches, they pop out just in time. So far, getting 3, 4 drone kills, getting up to 5. Can we get 6? Can we get 7? Oh, we can. 7 workers go down. It's okay damage out of Astrea, but he was hoping for more. He was hoping for more there. Cham, at this point, he can re-drone, resaturate, does catch even more depths. Oh. I say we can re-drone and resaturate. He's making more links. He's counterattacking. He's not re-droning. Let's go, Cham. It's time to counterattack, time to punish. We'll see if he can. +1 has begun. Blink is halfway done. No Immortals, I believe. No Roaches. Sorry, no Immortals. No Robo. Shield batteries are on the way. Cham, can he break the 3rd? He gets spotted. He does get spotted, and Cham is not droning. He's not droning. It's all or nothing for Cham. But the shield batteries are finishing. It might be too late. Oh, denies 1. Does focus down the shield battery. Does focus down the cannon as well. Nice pickoffs. Collapsing on in. And Astrea, he did need more time here. He did not do enough with the Adepts. Yeah, Stalkers are up against the wall. Remember, Blink is not done. And there's no escape. The boys are being pulled. Roaches, they do overwhelm. And Cham, he punishes Astrea. The Glaive Adepts, they did not do enough damage. They killed 7 drones for like 14 Adepts. And with that, Cham, he's here to punish. He's here to take a lead. To take a lead in the series. We spoke about it earlier. The rush distance by ground is quite short in this map, and that goes both ways. Sure, Adepts they get across the map faster, but so do Roaches. As they get 25 probe kills. Blink is now done. Astrea, he forces back the army, but that was good damage by Cham. He's still not done. It's still not over. He keeps rallying. He keeps going. Does keep going into the 3rd. Again, he wants those probes. Takes down 31 in total. Make sure those gateways stay depowered. And here we go, Cham just stutter stepping in. Oh my god. Catching out more Stalkers. And Astrea just cannot keep up. Not with this. Not after so many losses. From here, Cham is droning. Finally, Cham is droning up. He's saturating. Cham should be able to kill the base. It's getting close. Yeah, it's getting close, but with the rally, with the reinforcements, he should snipe the expansion. The Nexus does go down. And Astrea down to 2 bases. Down to 49 workers. Yeah, some Stalkers, and they're holding their own. But what about everything else? What about everything else, Pappy? Yay. Astrea just forcing Cham back. We have the Spire on the way. which I think is a little bit unnecessary, but sure. Like, Cham, we just calm down and go Roach Hydra. Like, we're fine. Like, no. He wants his mod, that's fine. Does want the mutas. Lings, they force a cancel. They deny the third. More Lings flooding in. Again, Cham is just so close to causing that upset. Like, we all expected it to be like top 2, like Trigger versus Astrea for the most part. But it's Cham, the unlikeliest of heroes, here to disrupt that PvP finals. Still a ways away, but that one step closer though. As Astrea, he does push right down middle, right down mid. He gets met by the army. And, God, does try to blink away. But Cham, he will chase him down. Does force a recall. And Astrea, right now, he's coping a little bit. He's on that copium, Fabi. Oh god, he gets caught out. More stalkers fall. Astrea, he should never be able to expand. As Cham moves in once again, going for the third time. For the third time. Now Astrea, he does have Storm, actually. Okay, crazy. Storm is not done. He has, what, 4 High Templar? But speaking of the Lings, they get us around. They die for the High Templar. There's, what, 0... There's no High Templar left. Oh, God. Very nice engage there by Cham. Collapsing on the army. And again, we're down to, what, 6 Stalkers. Yo, we got Warpins. Here we go. Likewise, Muse, they hit the main. And GG gets called with that. Cham, he will take a game number 3 and take a lead in the series at 2-1. Whew, GG. Aye. GG, well played. Cham does take a lead and is 1 game away from making it through into those grand finals. Let's go. Again, Cham, he has been on a tear here. He's been putting in a lot of work. Fatigued, I'm sure, because, hey, Cham, he got knocked down in the first round to the lower bracket. He's been clawing his way back in through player after player through that lower bracket and is so close, 1 step away from those grand finals. Let's go. So close, man. So close. Should have made Void Rays earlier. Even if he had, I'm pretty sure that the same outcome would have occurred. Just to re-emphasize once again, Astrea was quite committed with his Glaive Adepts, and remember, he did not do enough damage with them, so he was behind. Like, the reason why he was so vulnerable is because of the failed damage dealt by the Adepts. He had killed 7 drones, only 7. That was not good enough. That means that he was vulnerable back at home, even though he had shield batteries and cannons on the way. They weren't done in time. On top of that, it isn't just that the Adepts failed to do damage, it's also the fact that we're on Pylon. Remember, the rush distance on Pylon is short. It's a short rush distance by ground, so the counterattack hits even faster than normal. If we were on a map like Tokamak, or Incorporeal, or Maganatha, different story. But on Pylon, you have less time to react, less time to respond, less time to muster up a defense. So again, the map was favoring Cham there when it came to his decision to go for the counterattack, and to just double down. GG. With that, GG well played. With that, Cham does claim it. And again, Astrea punished for being a little bit cheeky on Pylon. Punished for being cheeky. And with that, we're now getting ready here for potentially our final game of the series. Now, it's not over. You know, Astrea, he's down, but he's not out. He can fight back here and now to force the ace match, to force a game 5. There's still potential here for Astrea to go the distance, and to bring it back and to still make it to the finals here. He can still pull that off. We'll see if he will, though. See if he will. Here we go. As we are now getting into, as we are getting into our next game. Getting into game number 4. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak. We have our American Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. Can he force the ace match? Whew, it is Astrea. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Xeritus Esports. It is Cham. I could have said a little bit more there. Of course, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from causing the upset, from getting his revenge and taking down his opponent. There he is. El Chamaco, papi. Let's go. Let us go. The music was popping off though. Those are curious, outside of game I'm playing like the Broodor music or SC2 music. Ooh, but here we go again. Cham, El Chamaco, he is 1 game away. So close here. So close to making it through into those grand finals. Of course, Trigger is still patiently waiting. I say patiently waiting. He's probably asleep right now, and he probably he let us know. He's like, "Yo, call me to wake me up." Okay. He's resting up, recuperating, getting ready for that final match. As do open up. Cham going hatch gas pull once again. We do see Astrea being as annoying as possible with that probe. Going for his own standard opener as well. Let's go. Did any games from the Korean qualifier get casted? Unfortunately not. I did say this before. I guess I'll emphasize that again. Unfortunately, yesterday we were supposed to cast the Korean qualifier, but we were stuck patching the game for 2 hours. Literally 2 hours patching the game. By the time we finished patching, the qualifier ended. The qualifier ended by the time we were done. So it was very sad yesterday. Of course, the second Korean qualifier is in how many hours time? 5? In 5 hours time from this message. So we should be there to cast it. I say we should be there. I'm gonna go to sleep once this finishes, and it's looking more and more like I was hoping to get at least 4 hours sleep. I'm probably gonna get maybe 3 hours sleep. It depends how long these matches are. This one and the Trigger series as well. So I'll do my best to be awake in time for the Korean qualifier and not sleep in. That's my one concern, is that I because it's gonna be so little sleep, I might sleep in. And I might miss it. Oh my god, we're doubling down to Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council opener into Glaive Adepts. Let's go. 4 gates are getting ready. So 4 gate Glaives out of Astrea. He's doubling down. He's committing. Astrea, he's run out of patience. He just wants to end it. Okay. Now this is not an all-in. It's not an all-in, but it is aggressive nonetheless. You can transition out of this into another expansion. The goal here is to cripple the economy of your opponent. And we'll see if you can. See if you can. Hopefully I have the time to, now that I think about it, hopefully there's enough time for me to patch the game to be able to actually even cast on Korea as well, as it will take a couple of hours for that to happen. Regardless, here we go. We have a safety Roach Horn on the way. Cham does confirm that there's no expansion. Adepts are moving out, and Cham is massing up Lings. Yeah, he does confirm. He does see Lings are amassing. He needs a little bit more time for the Roach Horn though. The Roach Horn is still on the way, but Cham, he does have a defense. Does have an army. As Astrea does push in and gets a drone, gets 2 workers so far. Queen's trying to hold their own. Is there a transfuse? Oh, 1 queen goes down. Lings are going for this round. Oh, they cannot quite commit, and not against that many Glaive Adepts. Adepts, they threaten the shade. They get into the main. Roach production has begun. Cham, he needs a little bit more time. And there we go. Roaches have arrived. Lings, they lock down the Adepts. They at least try to. And you can see the Lings, they just melt. The Lings, they just go down instantly. Every Ling falls. That was too soon from Cham. Yeah, it was a little bit too premature. Not enough roaches. Roaches have now arrived. Drones getting targeted, losing 2 or 3 drones. Shades back over. Back outside of the bases. Still warping in more depths. Jesus. And this is becoming a bit too much here. 6 drone kills. I mean, ideally, he does want more. Behind this, Astrea getting another expansion, getting a 3rd. Dropping into the mineral line, getting more damage done. 11 drones. 13, 14! Oh, 14 workers going down. This is too much damage. And Cham, we got to make a choice. He's down to 28. 28 workers. He barely has. He's on a 1-base economy. 28 drones. That's nothing. At this point, it's got to be an all-in. I say that Cham is still making more workers, still making more drones. But with that, Astrea, he's done more than enough. He's done crippling damage. And now Astrea can just calm down, build up on 3 bases. Immortal production has begun. Now, Cham, when I say rejoining, he did make a couple of workers, but looks like he has accepted his fate. He's realized, I cannot macro out of this. We're going to double down. It's an all-in. So Cham, he's going for a 1.5 base all-in off of 32 drones. Yeah, there's not too much economy behind it. There's not too much going on. But Cham is doing what he can. And the only option is to all-in. Oh boy. As Cham, he does commit, dives on the army. PvZ will take down the shield battery at least. But there's another shield battery as well. Yeah, Immortals, they have arrived. Cham trying to break through, takes down the first shield battery. There's still one more left behind this. And you can see that we're running out of links. We're running out of links, running out of supports. Nice juggling here by Astrea. Astrea, he shuts down the all-in. GG gets called. And Astrea ties up the series 2-2. We are going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. Again, Astrea, he was able to just completely shut him down. I say that, crippling damage. 14 drone kills, that is unacceptable losses early on for Cham. That is game-ending damage. So once those many workers went down, Cham was forced to all-in. The problem, though, was it took so long to really get going because Cham was redroning and he was stumbling his way out of it. We saw that Astrea had plenty of time to react and respond, making Immortals, shield batteries, and warping in more depths. Like Astrea, he was more than ready for it. And again, Cham, it did look like he committed too soon. It looked like he engaged too soon. I'm referring to when the adept shaded into the main and when his first roach popped. It looked like he was maybe expecting more roaches to pop out at the same time, but they were staggered. So he surrounded with the lings, but there was only one roach attacking. Only one roach, so it just wasn't worth it. And with that, lings went down and we saw Astrea just snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 5. Here we go. It's catching up. The grand finals best of 7? Yes, yes. The grand finals is a best of 7 against Trigger, where Trigger will have a 1-0 lead, a 1-0 advantage, as he hasn't dropped a series yet. I say he hasn't dropped a series. Fun fact, Trigger, he hasn't dropped a map. It's crazy. He's not dropped a map. Why did the patch take 2 hours? Routing to the Korean server is really slow, so the download speed of the patch was like 20 kilobytes per second on average, like spiking down lower and a little bit higher. So on 20 kilobytes. It was brutal. But here we go, we're getting into the ace match. We have found ourselves in the final game of the series here, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the American Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss, it is Astrea. clawing his way back in. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Esports Esports. It is Cham. Being forced into game 5. Let's go. Let us go. As here we go. We are getting into that next game, into that game 5. It all ends here. It all ends on Persephone. Again, we are getting into the final game of this series. One way or another, the game will end here and now. Will this go the way of Cham? Will this go the way of Astrea? Let's go. We're here to find out. So far, Astrea going for a gate expanse. Meanwhile, Cham, hatch gas pool. And welcome one and all to Persephone. Persephone is one of the more, do I want to say aggressive? I guess middle of the road maps in the map pool. Rush distance by air is quite short. Rush distance by ground is very direct as well. But we do often see longer later games on this map. Just because of certain features, just because of how close together the bases are. So you can rotate between them to defend. It can be quite difficult to actually get across the map and into the bases unscouted. But we'll see. We'll see how aggressive we plan on being. Because, again, we have yet to see, like, a proper standard game between both players. It's either been Cham doubling down or Astrea doubling down instead. Here we go. We are going to be settling in. There's a Stargate from Astrea. Again, standard opener out of our Protoss. Going for the Stargate. As from here, we do see Astrea poking in. I think I'm going to make the executive decision here as well. I think this will be the last game on our stream. I think. Oh, as I say that, Clean Feed died a little bit. Well, that was a little bit foreboding. But I do need to get some sleep before the Korean qualifier. But I think more importantly than that, my throat is actually getting quite sore. Getting a little bit sore, Pat. Yeah, I made it through 15 hours of DreamHack, but I mean, we have had less downtime in between games. So I want to make sure that I'm okay for the Korean qualifiers. And I don't want to like lose my voice just before we're like halfway through the qualifiers. Like, we still got more to come. We have Europe tomorrow, we have Korea tomorrow, or today. We have Korea today, we have Europe today. Got a lot more to come. That'll be the plan. That'll be the plan. For now though, we do have our Twilight Council follow-up. So standard follow-up here, Forge on the way, so Blink into Forge, standard follow-up here out of Astrea. Likewise, we do have our gases being taken, faster layer out of Cham. Looks like once again, Cham plans on going into Ling Hydra. I mean, again, for the first 2 games, that is what Cham relied upon. Rushing into Lings, rushing into Hydras a little faster. Rushing into Ling Hydra and just overwhelming from there. So that is what we expect. So we do expect him to double down. But now, though, you can see Cham taking all 6 gases. Joining. Oh my god, my apologies. I assumed it was going to be Ling Hydra. He's going into Ling Muta. Going for the Spire. He's crazy. Okay. Going for the Spire instead. as your oracles do move out. We do see Astrea applying pressure here to the top right base. And he does force a cancel. Nicely done. Does force a cancel. Likewise working towards Storm. But this is a big gambit here that Cham is going for. Going for the mutas, going for the Spire. So far unscouted, that is true. But against Mass Blink Stalker like this, it's gonna be hard to pull off. It's gonna be Stalker, it's gonna be Storm, gonna be Archons as well. It's gonna be a lot of anti-air. With that, another base is denied. Cham cannot save his fourth. Yeah, fifth base goes down, fourth base goes down. Ay, ay, ay. As no, he gets a revelation. He gets a revelation. Revelation pops off. Astrea, he does spot the Spire. He knows. And behind this, cannons. Cannons are on the way. We can start Phoenix production as well. Of course. Getting more cannons for the time being. Mutas have arrived. Cham is supply. He's supply blocked. Not like this. Not like this. And things are looking a little bit bleak here for Cham. Cham, he committed so hard here into these mutas, and he has to get something done with them. He's been losing bases, losing expansions. More mutas are building up. And just getting into more mutas. Now working towards Hydras. So you can see Cham trying to make the switch out of muta play. He's killed one. He's gotten one adept so far. Let's go. Gets an oracle. Ooh, brutal storm. Oh no! Takes a storm to the face. Mutas, they go down. And Cham, he has to get out of here. He has to pull out. Has to pull away. It does have to pull away. Astrea moving out across the map. Again, he's got plenty of storms to work with. Yeah, the storms are coming in. Storms on the mutas. Oh god, and he's gonna lose everything. Yeah, the mutas, they just stand in the storms. We have a couple of Hydras trickling in as well. Lings, they come in from behind, and Astrea, he will shut this down. As Cham just cannot engage, not into this kind of army. He joined up to 83. He was so greedy here. Joining up heavily, and that means that the army is lacking. Again, the soup does lie. As these are slow Hydras, they're lacking upgrades. Storms, they've been popping up. And a lot of the supply of Cham is in workers. It's in the economy, not in the army. What are we storming? Oh, storm zones mainly. Mainly does zone away. Archon's morphing in. They're just pulling every single boy we can. Cham can't afford to lose them. But even then, it's not going to be enough. As there's just a sea of stalkers. And with that, Astrea, he's breaking through, takes on 55 drones. Cham, he had a crazy result here, having the comeback. Remember, Cham, he went down 3-0 earlier today against Cham, against Astrea. But Cham, he made Astrea work for it. As we go for the massive warp in, GG gets called, and Astrea, he will take it. He will take down Cham 3-2, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Astrea, as he does claim the series, does advance on. My condolences to Cham. Cham, he had a great performance here. Again, just clawing his way back in from the lower bracket. It was insanely impressive what Cham was able to accomplish, taking down some big names like Kelzer, like Future, and again, forcing Astrea to the ace match as well. but barely couldn't quite pull it off. Astrea, he was having a lot more success when he was the aggressor. I'm referring to the Glaive Depths. Both games that he went Glaives, he was able to pop off and deal crippling damage. I mean, not on Pylon, of course, but in the other maps he was. And with that, there it is. You can see the grand finals here. Astrea takes down Cham 3-2. And up next, we have Astrea versus Trigger in a best of 7 to determine the best player in the region, to determine who will make it through into the main event, into the Esports World Cup. Let's go. Let's go. Astrea versus Trigger is going to be commencing soon, TM. But as I mentioned before, I do think it would be wise for me to step away here and now. I would love to cast everything, and it's not that I'm too tired. No, I'm here, I'm present, I can keep going, but it's about making sure I'm well rested for the next cast, because that's in less than 5 hours. Less than 5 hours is the next cast, and also my throat is actually it's actually hurting a little bit. So I gotta look after myself, Pappy. Gotta look after myself. We've been casting a lot over the past month, casting like 15-hour days, so we gotta take it a little bit easy, take it a little bit slow, and settle for a 6.5-hour cast for now. Again, for those that don't know, we were live earlier today with the Asia qualifier, so we covered that as well. Did the Asia qualifier, then into this, and into the Americas qualifier. So again, in 5 hours time is the Korean qualifier, so I'm gonna go and quickly get some rest. I'm gonna try to at least get 4 hours sleep, and then bam, we'll be back with the next qualifier with Korea. Meanwhile, shout out to Beelmoth and Steadfast. They're both casting on the mainstream, so they got you covered. They got you covered there. Likewise, if you want to experience some of the other language streams, we have Enki and we have Cosmos as well. They're also casting in their respective languages. Enki in Spanish, who's also a CranKy Duckling, by the way, and Cosmos in Portuguese, in Portuguese. Let's go. In Brazilian. So alas, they are still covering in their own respective languages as well. No. But now they're, oh my god. For now, though, we are going to be giving one of the, I guess we'll raid the mainstream. I guess we will raid the mainstream. As they are, of course, covering that final series, that final best of 7. Let's go. Mute a sad noise. Here we go. But yeah, with that GG well played. Congratulations here to Astrea as he does claim the series. And again, with that, we are going to be giving the mainstream a raid. Let's see here, the EWC Black, right? EWC Black English. So we're going to be giving a mainstream a raid. They are on a 10-minute break before the finals, so they got you covered. They got you covered with those finals. Meanwhile, I'm going to go and try to get as much sleep as I can before the Korean qualifiers. Actually, I can. You can actually have a look together here. Bam. This is our schedule, by the way. This is how intense the EWC schedule has been. The other casters, they have the luxury of only casting one region each. Like they don't cast out all the regions like we do here, as we do cover Korea, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. And again, our next cast is going to be in 5 hours time. You can see here on Friday, Korean qualifiers in 5 hours. Sorry, on Saturday. Wait, is today Saturday? What happened to Friday? Jesus, it's Saturday. I feel like I missed a full day. Oh my god. I could have sworn it was Friday today. Jesus. I mean, it was, I guess. We did start casting Friday. But yeah, Saturday, we just wrapped up with the Americas qualifier. And up next is going to be the Korean qualifier at 6 p.m. KST. Followed by the European qualifier at 1 a.m. KST, followed by the May Mayhem at 1 p.m. KST, followed by the Korean qualifier at 6 p.m. KST. So again, that Saturday-Sunday broadcast schedule is up next. Non-stop casting, non-stop StarCraft, and I'm going to be going to get as much sleep as I can. So thank you so much for watching, thanks so much for tuning in, and do give Steadfast and Beelmoth some love as they are covering the finals. They got you covered, papi. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi. Otherwise, if you want to help support us, you can do so via Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. That does help fund specifically our tournaments. 100% of the money there goes towards the tournaments we run, tournaments we host. Again, as you can see here, we're live every single day of the week, twice a day, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 times a day. We do all the casting. We cast more than any other channel out there. We cast more than Wardy. We cast more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. We have the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality as well. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. I'm going to head off and get ready for bed and get ready for the Korean qualifier. See you soon. See you then. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you then, papi. See you then.